Hang on a sec. Gonna have to put it down. All right. I think I'm live. Yes, I am. Hey, Paul. Hey, Anuj. Yes, it's the right side up now. Yeah, stupid YouTube app. Unbelievable. It's just garbage. This is my third or fourth attempt. And it still didn't go right. I thought it had shut down, and then all of a sudden it started bloody working. Yeah, it said, oh, change your phone orientation. I set it to horizontal before I went live, and the stupid thing just said, no, you've got to rotate it. It was rotated. I set it to horizontal before I went live, and it still insisted that it was somehow vertical. So dumb. All right. All live chat. All messages are visible. Still cannot leave the chat there. The chat just automatically vanishes if nobody types anything. How can, like, the world's biggest video platform, how could its live capability be so shit? I don't get it. Don't get it. Unbelievable. Live chat. The enshittification of technology indeed. But it was never good. It never got good, so it couldn't be enshittified. Yes, welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Just leave the bloody chat there on the screen. Seriously. If I don't scroll it, or if somebody doesn't post a message every 5 seconds, it vanishes. Like, why? And why can't I just, like, select a, why can't I just hold, like, there's a comment right now. I can put, why can't I just put that, like, put a user in? No, why can't I select a message to overlay on the chat? It's just basic shit. Really? Yep. There you go. Comments have vanished again. This is nuts. Anyway, as you can see, yes, I'm sitting in the car. Yes, I've got nothing to do for the next hour, so I'm going live. I can read the chat now. Thank you, Bridas. Hey, Baxter. Because somebody just, Ben, yes. Literally, there has to be a message every 5 seconds. Otherwise, the chat, there it goes. It's faded out and vanished. If anyone knows how to fix that, let me know. Because this is ridiculous. Oh, look at this. I can retouch myself. I can flip myself. Hide live video. I can retouch. Create highlight. Create highlight of what? Highlight saved to your channel as an unlisted... What? I just saved a highlight as an unlisted video. Okay, so maybe if I said something profound, it clips it out, does it? I'll have to check that later. I can retouch myself. Retouch on. What's it retouching? Is it making me look better? I don't know. So added a AI retouch filter. Here we go. It's on. AI, check out my face. AI retouch filter. And is on. Now it's off. Oh yeah, I think it smoothed out my face. It's one of those smoothing filters, right? Look, ready? I'll try not to move, and I'll turn it off and on. It is now off. Now it's on. Yeah, I think it's smoothed out my face, right? It's giving me a facelift. It's taking out the wrinkles. I look like a was that a reptile? I look like a reptilian creature. I'll turn that off. Retouch off. Beautiful baby Dave. Yes. What? You're stuck in traffic for 40 minutes? I looked 8 months younger. Thanks. Are those line up for gold buying stories in Australia true? Yes, they are true. I have been retweeting those every day. They are true. There was a 4-hour wait today. 4-hour wait today in the Sydney CBD to get gold from ABC Bullion, which is like probably the biggest gold dealer in Sydney. And they're right in the middle of the CBD there, right in the middle of Martin Place. So they're, yep. Yes, it is true. They are lined up. Yep, the plebs are lined up for gold. But if you followed the advice of some weird YouTuber 4 years ago at least on X, I've posted this and I've reposted it and I've continually reposted it every year, and you didn't listen. I said central banks, like 4 or 5 years ago, I said central banks are buying gold. You might want to have some. Nobody listened to me. Had 9 likes. It had 9 likes. Sucked in. You didn't listen. You need to get all your best financial advice from engineering YouTubers. Is that light on? Oh no. No, it's a reflection. Wonder if they'll take your Pentium Pros. How much gold's in a Pentium Pro? And start in EEE Master or start working in a company? Is that a question? Again? There's no question mark. In Thailand, they're lined up to sell their gold? Really? Yes, I do own gold. Oh, good luck on your left-handed hammer. Good luck on your second year EE exam. Yeah, whack man. Yes, I look like a reptilian AI. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. You've got silver. You're a silver stacker. Yes, retard Trudeau sold all of Canada's gold, yes. But the Howard government sold 2/3 of our gold in 1987. There's about a gram of gold in Pentium Pros. Okay. What's a gram? 5 grams. 5 gram gold bar is about $1,100. So there you go, a fifth of that. So if you can extract the gram of gold in a Pentium Pro, there's like there's like $250 in that. There could be $250 worth of can somebody double check my mental arithmetic? A gram of gold's about 250 Aussie, roughly. You watched a guy do a video extracting gold from Pentium Pro and told him you could sell the Pentium Pro on eBay for more money. Yeah. It was a question, again. Well, I don't have enough information to answer your question, I'm afraid. The question is, start in EEE Master. I don't know what an EEE is. Electrical Engineering. What's the third E? Master or... Oh, as in a master's degree. Okay. I assume you've already got your degree. You're asking, should you do your master's degree or start working in a company? That totally depends upon your life circumstances and probably the country you're in as well. How much do they value? How rigid are they? How much do they value a master's degree? All sorts of things. It's one of those. But generally speaking, you won't regret you won't regret getting the master's degree. It's highly unlikely you will regret getting the master's degree. Let's put it that way. But then again, you never know. If it's a good opportunity at a good company, that could be worth more. You don't know. It's like a hindsight thing, unfortunately. There's no cut and dry answer to that. But you're more unlikely to regret getting the master's degree. What is it, an extra year? Or is it 2 years or something? A gram is about 170 Canadian. That's about 250 Aussie, so I was about right. Yeah. Keep on scrolling. Don't give e-waste recyclers a bad idea. Probably costs $200 to extract it. Yeah. The chemicals need to use it are toxic. Yes, they are. It takes a lot of effort to get your 1 gram of gold out of your Pentium Pro. How's the speakers working out after the recap? They worked fine. No problems whatsoever. You may regret buying gold today, though. It's going up way too fast. Well, if it keeps going up, you won't regret buying it. So, but you should have bought it 4 years ago when I told you to. You need to get all your best financial advice from engineering YouTubers. 120k per kilo, euro. Nope, chat's faded away. Yes. But yes, the stories are true. People are lining up in Sydney. I've seen photos of, I think I've only seen photos of Sydney. Seems to be, I don't know, I assume it's all over the country, but anyway, it's crazy. If people aren't aware, you can actually buy gold. I put up a tutorial. I put up a tutorial post on X of how to buy gold. There's many different ways to buy gold. I put up like 7 different ways you can buy gold. And you don't have to line up like a sheep to get physical gold. You know, like a 4-hour wait to line up. Then again, it is Diwali tomorrow, today or tomorrow. Which is the Indian period where they, you get good graces from Lakshmi, the god, or whatever, one of their many gods or whatever. Yeah, you get, and people buy and people give gold as a present during this time. So Indians buy gold like crazy during this time, and Chinese as well. The premiums are brutal on gold purchases. Well, that's a skill issue. That's a skill issue. I can assure you that is a skill issue. You're doing it wrong. If you're buying your gold from just like a little stall in a supermarket or something, you're an idiot. If you're buying it from eBay, you're probably even a bigger idiot. I go look up my tutorial on X. I put a tutorial post up, and no, just go buy if you want the lowest spread, go buy unallocated gold from the largest dealer in your country, or here in Australia we actually have Perth Mint. Perth Mint might be the only government-owned, government-backed depository in the world. Fact check on that. I will take a fact check on that. But yeah, you can go to the Perth Mint, you can go to ABC Bullion, any of the other large dealers here in Australia. It's different for other countries. And you can get unallocated gold if you want the lowest spread possible. And if you want to sell your gold, there are dealers here in Sydney who will pay spot for your physical gold. So if you're paying plus 10% premium to buy your gold and then minus 10% spot to sell it, it's a skill issue. You're just not doing it right. The spreads on gold can be as low as 0.06% or something. It's incredibly low. It's incredibly low. Yeah, eBay gold-plated lead bars. Yeah, I've got some fake. I've got some fake 1 ounce gold bars. They're great. Yeah, you can buy them on eBay. Yep. Or they look pretty realistic. I've got some fake Perth Mint 1 ounce gold bars. So you fill your safe up with all these fake gold bars, and then anyone breaks into your safe, they end up stealing your fake gold bars. It's great. Yeah, all the latecomers buying now. Yeah, but I did put also on X. This is where I put all day. I'm basically just shit posting on X. I put up my prediction for gold, and I think it's still got legs. I think I think people underestimate how far it's going to go. That being said, I also basically outlined in my rather lengthy X post that Bitcoin is going to be a better bet. So, yep. Lakshmi, yeah. I've got a couple of Lakshmi things, I think. The premiums are brutal here. Well, where are you, Baxter? Once again, I think it's totally a skill issue. You could just go to the Perth, actually, you don't even have to be Australian to open a Perth Mint account, I don't think. Do you? Don't know. But anyway, there's lots of other bullion dealers around the world. You can just do an online account and you can get them to hold the gold for you. But unallocated is technically the most risky, because technically if the company goes insolvent, you don't legally have first dibs on that gold. But if it's allocated gold and it's done properly, it's not some fly-by-night company, if it's done properly, then you legally own the gold, and if the company goes bankrupt, they cannot take the gold from you. They cannot take it from you. So yeah, I should have bought some shares in Rocket Lab. Yeah, I've heard they're going well. Don't know how much they're up, but yeah, I've heard they're going really well. I don't own any space stocks. I'm trying to avoid individual stocks now. I'm basically into indexes and ETFs and managed funds. I just got sick of dicking around with individual stocks. So I still hold a few. I've got some gold. I've got some individual gold companies still, but that's about it. I don't have too many others. Sure, it will come crashing down once everyone's bought in. It depends, Whack Man. I wouldn't count on it. If you're counting on gold crashing back down, wouldn't count on it. Because the central banks aren't stopping. The central banks are not stopping. But yes, the gold market is manipulated as by some of the banks. In fact, they've been fined for it. JP Morgan, I think, it got fined like hundreds of millions of dollars for manipulating the gold market, gold and silver market. So, but no, I think people are going to be surprised. My prediction in my extensive X post was that it will drop, but it will settle back down to higher than what it's at the moment. That is my official prediction, is that long term it will drop to higher than what it is now. Or it won't go below what it is now. Long term. And Dave manipulating his polymarket bets on gold with this video. Bitcoin's not a scam, Dexter. You're a fool if you think that. And you're going to lose. 1 ounce Krugerrand. I don't have any Krugerrand. In 1995, well, it's an ounce is, what is it, 6,000 Aussie? 60, what is it, 66,000 something Aussie now. So yes, your 1 ounce Krugerrand. Yep. Once again, James, you need to follow me on X. Everyone needs to follow me on X. Literally, I'm posting daily, multiple times daily about my thoughts on everything. And I have posted recently about that. I posted recently on X about the AI bubble and how there is absolutely no way. It is guaranteed. Absolutely. That's right, camera's over here. It is absolutely guaranteed by the laws of physics, guaranteed that the AI market, that the money invested in the AI market will not return a profit. So the people who have invested in AI, like the big investors, like, the hundreds of millions and the billion, hundreds of billions of dollars, they will all lose their shirt. There will be a few survivors, of course, but everyone's going to take a haircut. Everyone's getting a financial haircut on AI. It's guaranteed. The money that's being poured into that, there is no market that can repay that in revenue gained for AI products and services. Won't happen. So, yep. So if you're investing in AI, long term, there will be some winners, of course. There always are. But no. Everyone who invested big money in AI is going to take a haircut. So it sucks to be them. Yes, but Ben, do you know what a gold crash is? Gold, yeah, it'll crash, right? Yeah, some people will lose on gold because they bought at the absolute worst time, and they bought at the peak, and yes, it will come back down. But my prediction is that it won't settle long term at less than what it is now. I think the market has totally jumped up a level, and it won't be worth less. The central banks will not stop buying, I guarantee you that. Fiat currencies will not stop losing against gold. It's just, yeah, there'll be ups and downs, but it's going to be up. Yeah, autofocus, because my finger is trying to scroll the thing. Fly just came in. Rocket Lab went from $11 to $67 in the last 12 months. Nice. Well done for those who were in Rocket Lab. Yeah, I should have. But yeah, I got completely out of any stocks in the US because my international share trading account was all screwed up, and then they changed it over, and it was a mess. And it's horrible to buy Aussie shares. Oh no, or are they Rocket Lab's on the US exchange, right? They're not, yeah, even though they're a New Zealand company, right? Listed on the NASDAQ. I'm sitting in the car because the kids are at sports, so they're just doing their thing. You live in London, Ontario? Baxter. Fly to London. What? I live in London, Ontario. There's a London in Ontario. Fly to Vancouver to get a fair premium or other big centre, but here all the small dealers sell to the bigger centres like Vancouver. Can't you just buy online? Like, can't you just buy in the UX from like Ampex or somebody else, some huge dealer in the US, and pay bugger all margins and have it shipped to you? Is that not a thing? I've had gold shipped to me. Gold is a true store of value over the long term, because gold is the only true money, unfortunately. That's why the others are called fiat. Haven't heard anything about Trump and the gold repository. Whatever happened to the Fort Knox? Whatever happened to that? The Fort Knox audit. That one just vanished. They were busy. I said at the time they're going to delay this. They're going to delay it as long as possible while I can get the trucks back in to re-deliver it all. So, yep. Rocket Lab is really a US company now. Okay, kind of. They did that to make it easy to deal with US government for defense missions. Yeah. Yeah, that's what happened to Altium. Altium is funny because I used to work at Altium, of course, and they packed up and moved to China, right? That was the reason that I was made redundant from Altium. They packed up and moved to China because they thought they could get cheap labor there. You can't. You can't get cheap programming talent in China. It doesn't exist. They found that out the hard way. But anyway, so they moved there thinking that's where all the action's at. And then all of a sudden, even though it's still an Australian listed company, their headquarters was in China. So the US government, NASA, all the big US defense companies went, we're not going to use Altium anymore. So they lasted about 12 months in China before they moved to the US. They moved their headquarters to the US for the second time because they started out in Tasmania, then they moved to Sydney, French's Forest, and then they moved to the US, and then they moved back to Sydney, or was it the other way? I don't know. Anyway, so they went to the US once, then they came back to Australia, then they moved to China. This is moving their headquarters, moved their headquarters to China, and Uncle Sam just went, nah, we don't care that you're an Australian company, your headquarters are in China. No, screw you. They threatened to pull all their contracts from Altium. They threatened to pull all their Altium contracts, and Uncle Sam's a big Altium customer, and they went, oopsie, okay, we'll move our headquarters to the US. So that's why Altium's now, well, not anymore, it's, they were bought out. But anyway, Dick Smith sold out to Kogan. Yes, he did. I've got a story about that. Did I ever tell that? I and another Aussie who will remain unnamed, when they were selling off the Dick Smith brand, so they were auctioning off the Dick Smith name, the Dick Smith head, like the actual logo, the Dick Smith head, and that's what I wanted. They were selling off the website. They were selling off all the Dick Smith stuff when Dick Smith actually collapsed. They were selling off all the Dick Smith stuff. So we actually, both of us put in a formal bid to get just the name, and the logo, and we were outbid by Kogan. We were outbid by Russell and Kogan. We actually bid a serious amount of money for it. We didn't know what we were going to do with it, but we were going to do something with it. So a friend and I bid on, bid on the trademark. So yeah, we basically bid on the trademarks and stuff. So yeah, so we could use the Dick Smith name, the Dick Smith head, and yeah. Yes, private citizen. Yeah, I put a bid in for Dick Smith. But Russell and Kogan's got more money than us, so he won. Well, he offered it as like a total package. We only wanted just the trademarks and certain other things. But I think he just came in. I don't know how much he paid for it. He probably just came in and said, I'll give you 20 million for the lot or something, So yeah, yep, so he killed us in the end. Yeah, Russell and Kogan. Yeah, no Fort Knox audit, bit suspicious. Yeah, if it turns out a lot of gold is missing, I wonder what that would do to the price. Yeah, I'd love it. I'd love to, oh my God. I would so love to be there. You already know who it is. Okay, guess, ouch. I will neither confirm nor deny. Who else used Protel DOS? Yes, I used Protel DOS 1.61. Did you see the heist? Who saw the heist in France? at the Louvre. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, really cold, bro. Like it was 38. No, wait, yeah, what is it? It hit 38 degrees yesterday here in Sydney, and now it's like there's just this really cool afternoon breeze coming through. Now it's like it's getting a bit cold now. It was 38 degrees yesterday. Celsius, that is, not that Fahrenheit rubbish. Yeah, well, if you heard about the heist, no one saw the heist. Apparently the guards saw the heist, but the guards aren't armed. And they threatened them. Oh, hello, Huckster.
Bye.
What's up, mate? Bye. He was just checking on me, I guess. Seeing what I was doing. I think he's having a drink break. It was filmed on foam cameras, was it?
It's going to roll everywhere then.
Yeah, anyway, yeah, it was crazy. Yes, the guards weren't armed, and apparently the guards in the Louvre were threatened with angle grinders. Jesus. Yeah, it was stinking hot yesterday. It's not even summertime here yet.
It's not closing like this one.
So yeah, it's crazy. Unbelievable. Anyway, if you don't know, they just drove up. They just drove up to the Louvre, literally, like on the public street, drove up to it with a giant, like, extender ladder, like a fire truck kind of thing, with a big extension ladder thing. And then they just put it up to the second story. They climbed up the ladder, they smashed the windows, they got in, and they stole the crown jewels. They stole the crown jewels, and they were in and out in like 4 minutes. And they buggered off on little moped scooter things. And they dropped and they dropped one of the crowns. So there was just one of the French crowns. I think it belonged to Napoleon's wife or something. One of the French crowns was just lying on the street. It was crazy. It was crazy. Oh man. Absolute nuts. What is that symbol down the bottom? Yeah, new Mark Wahlberg movie coming about Mini Cooper's what in the Italian Job, the Louvre Job. Yeah, it'll be Ocean's 14. Yeah. But yeah, and plot twist. There's two plot twists in this. Plot twist number one. 4 or 5 years ago or something, they used to have. George Clooney can't act. They used to have them display the crown jewels displayed in like this bulletproof case, armored, glass case that also had sensors on it that if it detected somebody trying to smash it, not that you couldn't, it was armored, but if it detected somebody was trying to smash in, they would automatically drop into a safe, right? And they changed this. They changed this just to a regular glass display cabinet. I don't even think it was like armored glass. They did this like 4 or 5 years ago. They made this change. Unbelievable. And plot twist number two, less than 12 months ago, nine months ago, something like that, they hired a new chief security officer. Guess who the chief security officer is? Not that there's technically anything wrong with it, but guess what the rumors are about the chief security officer? Can anyone guess? Chief security officer at the... No, there's no Rusky name, no. But the chief security officer of the Louvre, new hire, made news at the time. Why? Security officer, they, them. You might be close. Yep. Oh boy. Tell us. No one knows. Doesn't anyone read the news? You got to follow me on X. Thank you, Explore with Jeff. Everyone's busy looking now. I will tell you, everyone's busy Googling it. You don't use Twitter, never will. Twitter's great. Twitter is awesome. Love Twitter. I'm shit posting daily. I spend half my day shit posting on Twitter. Hello, Carthor. Anyway, the person, yes, she was the first woman hired. They made a big deal about it. First woman hired. Now, technically, nothing wrong with that, right? But the big news at the time was that she was a diversity hire. She was hired because the reason she was hired is because she was female, right? And they were trying to fill some quota, virtue signal, some quota thing or something. And yeah, she's the chief security officer of the Louvre. So I don't know if that's going to be an oopsie. I don't know how actual qualified she is. I couldn't find any info on her background or anything. Anyway, but there are articles on it that, yeah, she was a female diversity hire. But how can you not have armed guards at the Louvre, for fuck's sake? Oh. New message. What does that mean? Is that the ping? Oh, yes, right. Was that the ping? Might have got a new message. Could be Mrs. EV. No, she doesn't have blue hair. That would be funny. Oh, my God. No, she doesn't have blue hair. That I'm aware of. The photos I've seen, she does not have blue hair. Or a nose ring. So, yep. Anyway, I do like a good heist. I love my heists. So I love my heist movies. So I expect to see a heist movie about this, like they made from the Hatton Garden job, where they stole all the safe deposit boxes in London's gold area. They made 2 or 3. I've seen 2. I've seen 2 movies of the Hatton Garden heist, and they're great. Both are great. So if you want a good heist movie for tonight, have a look at the Hatton Garden heist. There's 2 of them. One's more documentary style. I can't remember. I haven't watched him in ages now. But yeah, they're both very good. I really enjoyed it. It's like a bunch of old guys. Guys decided to rob Hatton Garden, which is a big safe deposit place in the centre of London. And it was great. It was beautifully planned. Beautifully executed. Fantastic. I love a good heist. And this one was just, yeah, put a ladder up to the window, climb up, smash, grab, get out on mopeds. Oh my God. And the arms and guards weren't even armed. Hilarious. What is Watership Down? I have no idea what Watership Down is. They're dropping security for things like that to happen. Yeah, well, they're already talking about an inside job. They're already talking about they might have had inside knowledge of, the security systems and stuff. But apparently, I don't know. Well, it's early reports at the moment, so there isn't all the details. Yeah, I love heist movies. I'm probably going to watch Ocean's 11 with the kids soon. Old guy drove his car in front of the bank. That's how they got busted. I don't know about that, but they put all the gold and stuff in garbage bins. Because they didn't have a plan to store it temporarily, so they had to put it, or his wife came home or something. So they had to go around to their friend's place and store all the stuff in the garbage bins and then hope the garbos wouldn't take it away. It's hilarious. It's great. Hat and Garden Job it's really good. It's a fun movie. One is more fun than the other, if memory serves me correctly. But there are 2 different movies based on the Hat and Garden Job, at least. Maybe there's more. Watch the trailer after stream and sit down with the family and watch it. I reckon it's a family movie. Classic cartoon from the 70s? No, I don't know. Watership Down. I have no idea what Watership Down is. You would have held out for the Mona Lisa. Well, apparently they left a, 40 carat? They left a 40 carat diamond, which was in the same room. So that's really interesting. Either, like, you know, if you go to this effort to do this sort of job, I'm wondering if they had specific instructions to get certain things and that's it. So maybe they've got, you know, a client lined up who wanted certain things, but why wouldn't you want the 40 carat diamond? I don't know. But then again, you couldn't exactly just go and sell a 40 carat diamond. You'd have to chop that sucker up. But yep, I think they're not going to find these crown jewels again. I think they're gonski. I think they're already melted down and all the stones taken out of them. But yeah, it's just go look at the photos and oh my! And it was in broad daylight. 9:30 a.m. Sunday morning. Broad daylight. Just drove the truck up to it, lifted the ladder up. So they stole the truck apparently, and I believe they tried to set the truck alight after they got down, but they didn't succeed in that. So they just buggered off on their mopeds. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a movie. Trump will have gangster chains. Yeah, there's something weird going on with Fort Knox. Seriously, like why you would not proudly show off your, you know, however, 8,000 tons the Yanks have. Apparently, I don't think it's all stored at Fort Knox, but why you wouldn't proudly show that off? The last person to visit, the last person who was allowed in was a senator in like the 1970s or 1980s or something, was allowed in, and they posed a photo with the, with all the gold bars, and that was the last time anyone was ever allowed in there. And it's like, shit, something's going on, something's dodgy. You want to dig a tunnel to rob a bank's vault down the street and try to find a structural engineer with tunneling experience. Oh, if you haven't seen it, what's the series called? Oh, it's a series and it's in a foreign language. I can't remember what foreign language it is. And it's a heist TV series. And they robbed this bank. Oh my God. It's so good. It's so good. And they've dubbed it into English. And it's so good. Oh my God. Oh, what's the name of it? Come on, people, I can't search at the same time. Throw me names of heist, probably 5 years old, heist TV series. And it was, I can't remember what the original language was, but oh my God, it's so good. I'll know it when somebody says it. It's so good. I highly recommend you watch it. I'm having a brain fart on the name right now. It's a heist TV, made for TV series. and they all had names, and in the series they never used their real names. It was always they used the names of cities, so it was like Paris, Vienna, like Austria. They were the names of the people in there. God, what's the name of it now? Oh, it's going to bug me. It's going to bug me. Come on, peeps. There was a bunch of gold in vaults. I don't know if it was World Trade Center 7 or if it was under the Twin Towers. But yes, there was a whole bunch of gold in vaults under there. I'm not sure what happened to it though. But insert conspiracy theory here. I think it was Netflix. I think it was a Netflix. It might have been a made for. Sorry, it's not made for TV. It was like one of the Netflix people. Yeah, I think it was Netflix. Netflix High Smell. God, what is the name of it? It's on the tip of my tongue. Runaway with Tom Selleck. No, I don't think so. Loose Change. No, it's not Leverage. No, if that's the name of a show. No. Oh God, what is it? God, you're going to make me look now. But if I go try and search, I'll probably screw up the chat. I'll probably kill it. Come on, somebody! It's going to bug me. It's going to bug me. Crooks. No, it's not. It's not Crooks. They did 2 seasons of it, I think. They did 2 seasons, and it was this heist series. Money Heist. Yes, thank you, Ben. Money Heist. That's it. I'm sure that's it. Money Heist. And can you tell me what was the original language it was in? But the dubbing's great. You don't even you just don't realize it after a while. It's done really well. Money Heist. If you want to see a fun heist series, Money Heist is great. Highly recommend Money Heist. You will love it. 5 seasons of Money Heist? Wow, I've only seen 2. Well, they're 5 seasons. Damn. I think I've only seen 2. Money Train with Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson. Ah, yeah, I haven't seen that for... Jeez. I can't even remember the plot of Money Train. I'm pretty sure I've seen it. Spanish. Yes, Money Heist is Spanish. Yes, thank you. Yeah, Money Heist is great. All right, Watership Down, whatever that is. Is it a movie? Probably last saw it when Blockbuster existed. No, the name does not ring a bell at all. Watership Down does not ring a bell at all. But Money Heist, oh my God. Yep, I was hooked on that. Heist with Gene Hackman's good. Yeah, Heist from Gene Hackman is good. I like that one. Money Train. I can't watch it tonight with the family because Mrs. EEVblog's in Melbourne. That's why I'm here. Normally, I would be at the gym right about now. Yeah, yes, I would be in a gym class right about now. So yeah, it's 5:30. Yes. So Mrs. EEVblog's in Melbourne, and I did a poll on Twitter whether or not she should take a machete, a battle axe, or a elven sword. I think elven sword won the poll. I think elven sword won. Don't do it. Okay, he's right. He's taking the piss, is he? All right. Watership Down. The Score, 2001, with Ed Norton. Yeah, I think I've seen that. The Score. I'm pretty confident I've seen that, but I don't remember the plot. Edward Norton. Yeah, that rings a bell. Yeah. Melbourne is safe as. Just ask our Premier. Yeah. Yep, oh, outlaw. Yep. Super safe. Yes, Baxter. Melbourne is now infamous, globally infamous now for machete attacks. I shouldn't, like, it's bad. Like, literally, the weapon of choice in Melbourne is machetes. And the government just paid like 70 million bucks or something for these. They've banned machetes. So the first thing they did was ban machetes, and then they paid like, I don't know, $17 million or something for 40 of these machete amnesty bins. And it's like a running joke. It was like $400,000 per amnesty bin, where all the criminals can go and, oh, sorry, sir, I'm going to dispose of my machete. It's so funny. Ned Kelly outfit, yeah. Chainmail, yes. Yeah, I'll get us some chainmail. She is a trained axe thrower, by the way. They got new trucks too, along with those. Yeah, $350,000 per amnesty bin. It's hilarious. Oh my god, so bad. Someone rorted that bad, and everyone's trying to find out who the money went to, etc. So, yeah. Yes, it is another immigration hotspot. You guessed it, Maddie. How did you know that? How did you guess that? How did you possibly guess that it has anything to do with immigration? Wow, you're practically Nostradamus. Yeah, Victoria's so bad. I'm sorry, Outlaw, that you live in Victoria. Yeah, Dan Andrews. Dictator Dan. Dictator Dan. Jesus. Just see him at China? Just see Dictator Dan. Dictator Dan got the red carpet treatment from Xi Jinping in China. Red carpet treatment. He was even in, this was like a running joke, right? He was in the official portrait of all the important people standing there with all the world leaders with Xi Jinping. And there is Dan Andrews, Dictator Dan himself, in the picture. Like, you know, they vetted who was in this picture. Right? And there he is in this big group photo with all these world leaders, and there is an ex-premier, an ex-state premier from Victoria in Australia in the photo. Why? It's because, you know, right? They're using him for something, right? And he was promised, oh, but then people, if you go take a look at the photo, with Dan Andrews with Xi Jinping in China. Was like a month ago, and a big group photo, and he's in the top right hand corner, and people said he's in the top right hand corner so that they can Photoshop him out later if required. It's great. Oh my god. Yeah, totally treasonous. Yeah. Oh my god, Dictator Dan. So funny. Some China respect for Canadian's Prime Minister. Oh yeah, he loves China. Worships. Yes, your former Canadian Prime Minister, who is, what's his name, son? Castro's son? I don't think that's a conspiracy theory. I think that's probably real. People have done the timeline. I'm going to get raided by the terrorism task force, probably. I have no idea about Trudeau and Katy Perry. But Trudeau is actually Fidel Castro's son. I'm pretty confident. People have done the timeline. His mother, Trudeau's mother, was on the island, was on Fidel Castro's island like the month he was conceded. Conceded. The month he was conceived. And she was a known, on camera, admitted that she liked, liked that sort of thing. Not only did she like Fidel Castro, but she was personally invited to the island along with her husband. But yeah, apparently she likes to do a bit of swinging. And he looks like him. He looks like him. He looks nothing like his supposed dad. Fidel Castro's son. Yeah. Yeah, look totally different. Yeah, but just go and look. Justin Trudeau. It looks exactly like Fidel Castro. So funny. Yep. What's going on? Oof. I was hoping to go in the pool today, but actually it'd be super warm in the pool. It's pretty chilly out now. It's probably, I don't know, it could be 18 degrees, something like that, compared to 38 degrees yesterday. There's a drone above me. Yeah, I'm being tracked. Anyway, so yeah, I'm not getting much done at the moment because doing all kids stuff this week because Mrs. EEVblog is in Melbourne, so I'm yeah, by the time I drop the kids off at school, then do packing and shipping, and then do some miscellaneous stuff and shit post on Twitter, and it's time to go pick them up. And then I got sports. I got something on every day. So yep. So there's no gym. There's no reprieve for me, and I can't dash back to the office late like I sometimes do. Can't do it. So yep. So I'm stuck. Miss Mailbag Mondays. Well, I thought about trying to do a Mailbag Monday today. Well, I did open one, and it was a active probe. So I'm going to do it's a crowd supply active probe. So I was going to do a video, like a separate video on that, because it's not something I can do in the mailbag. You know, companies send in stuff, and it's like, no, that'd be better for a dedicated video. So I actually started setting up the scope. It's like setting up a A/B probing comparison thing. Started setting that up before I left today, but I didn't get to shoot anything. So yeah, it's opening lots of items, not just one. Maybe I should, but I don't know. Why doesn't everyone go off-grid in Australia? Panels and batteries are so cheap these days. Because most people live in cities, cheap vlog. And why would you go off-grid? Like, if you're in the middle of the suburbs, like I am, you'd be stupid to go off-grid. It's just stupid. Like, why? Why would you go off-grid? What is the purpose? None. So you don't pay your $1 connection charge a day? So you can save $300-400 a year, which is an okay saving, but then you've got no backup. And the grid, the thing is, the grid is super reliable in Sydney. It's insanely reliable. You don't even have to think about it. It's that good. Anyway, I am getting my battery update early November. So it's almost getting towards the end of October now. So in a couple of weeks, maybe, I'll have my new batteries installed. 75 kilowatt hours. My concrete slab is down. Outside, I laid a concrete slab for it. I'm getting 75 kilowatt hours. So yeah, that'll be a monster. And I'm going to rewire. I just had the switchboard rewired, but I'm going to rewire it again. And I am actually going to have a changeover switch. So a good lot of the house, not all the house, but a good lot of the house will be powered directly from the inverter. So if the mains power fails, the house will just keep going. So the entire house, but not the whole, not everything, but certain things. So I've got to decide what I want to power off the 8 kilowatt Solus inverter, because I'm moving to a Solus inverter. I'm going from 5 kilowatts to 8. So I'll probably do all of the power points. So we've got like 4 PowerPoint circuits. So I'll do all the power points in the house will be running directly off the inverter. Like it'll be running off like the actual backup port of the inverter. So I have to run an extra line from the inverter back to my switchboard. And then I've got to install yet another switch box, which will just be like all the switch things. Then I'm going to install a changeover switch. So I'll do the lighting. I'll do all the power points. Probably do maybe not all the air conditioners, maybe a couple of air cons, something like that. I don't know. Or maybe should I just do all air cons? I don't know. I'm going to have to do a diagram. I'll post it on the forum. I won't do the EV, of course, because if the power fails, then we can just slow charge the EV if we need to. Wouldn't maybe not do the oven, perhaps, and maybe the cooktop, something like that. But yeah, I might just, but the lights and the power, at least the lights and the power will all be running off the backup port on the new Solus inverter. So that'll be cool. No ducted aircon. No ducted aircon. We have separate units. Because we upgraded them all separately over the years. Like we just added, when we first moved in 25 years ago or something, I don't know, 22 years ago or something, we just got one aircon installed because the house is small and we got one aircon. And then we had another kid. And then we had our first kid. So we installed an aircon in their room. And then we had another kid and we installed another aircon. And then we extended the house out the back. So we installed an aircon out there. And then we extended the house up. So we added another aircon up there. So we just ended up with many separate aircons. We do have a whole house ducted ventilation system though. But we don't have ducted aircon. No. We just kept going with the individual aircons and they're fine. No, a split system aircon. So the things outside with the inside thingy unit. Split system aircon. They're not the old wall mount. They're not the old wall mounted ones. No, they're a split system aircon. It doesn't suck. There's nothing wrong with not having a central aircon. In fact, ours is better. Ours is better because if you have central aircon, if your aircon fails, your whole house fails. Ours, we've got 5 separate aircon units. If one of them fails, only that one fails. And they're more efficient. And they're more efficient. Otherwise, you've got loss in all the ductings and everything. No, it's actually better to have separate aircons. Maybe not as convenient if you're one of those idiots who like, oh, my whole house must be at 22 degrees C 24/7. My neighbors are like that, and they're complaining about their $4,000 bill, power bills, and they like, they big double-story house, and they like set their central aircon on and just leave it on 24/7. It's nuts. All right. No, we just cool down a little small part of our house. Yeah, no, it's silly. No, and we would have had to have scrapped perfectly good split system aircons to install a central aircon. It's just dumb. It just wasn't the right thing. If we were to build a new house from scratch, yeah, we'd probably have a central aircon system. But you know, you think that ducted is better? I don't think ducted's better. I think individual units are you know, they don't look as good because you've got the big unit up on the wall. You know, the big split unit up on the wall and stuff. But they're more efficient because you don't have to put in. You know how hot a bloody Australian roof gets, and you want to pump your cold air through the stinking hot roof at 60 degrees. Good luck, even if it's insulated. Like, no, our ones are more efficient. We can turn up. We've got one aircon unit upstairs. We've got the big space upstairs now, and we've got one aircon unit upstairs. Gets really hot during the day up there. We turn, but it's sealed really well, and we turn on the aircon. It's cooled down in 5 minutes. Then we turn the aircon off. It's great. And then, because it's so well insulated, and we've got double glazing on all the windows and everything else, it's so well insulated that once it's, maybe I'm exaggerating, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes or whatever, turn that aircon on and it's cooled back down to a perfect temperature, you switch it off. Done, and it stays at that temperature. Beautiful. Don't need ducted aircon. Our house's massive Mrs. EEVblog made sure that our house, she changed all our windows to double glazed, Australia made double glazed windows, and we've got we had our whole house. I've actually got a report of our house. They actually not vacuum tested. They pressure tested our house. Right, they put a giant fan in the doorway, sealed it all up, and then they did tests figuring out where all the leakage paths are, and we fixed all the leakage paths. We upgraded all our insulation, and we've got double glazed windows, upgraded all the insulation, and our house is actually sealed. So the double glazed, that's why we had the ventilation system put in. So we have whole house ventilation system now, which runs all day. So we don't have to open the windows, right? We have fresh air pumped in from outside. We never have to open a window and actually destroy the integrity of the aircon system. And everything's fully sealed. There's no leaks. And we have we have a ridiculously efficient aircon system. We can turn on our aircon for 20 minutes. That section of the house is totally at temperature. We turned off and it just stays there. Beautiful. Beautiful. And people pissing around running their full ducted aircon systems 24/7 to maintain their piss poor design efficiency house. All these new mansions with their black roofs. Your house is from 1865. Jesus. No choice but window units. Windows are original. Wow. Happy wife, happy life. Yeah, I've done a video on the ducting system. Yeah, can't all have an epic green home. Yeah, well, we've upgraded. Insulation's not magic. I don't know. We already had the units. We're not going to scrap. We already had like 3 split units, right? And like, what are we going to do? Scrap 3 perfectly good split system aircon units to install? You know, it's over 20 years. Yeah, we've added an extra aircon here and there. It's like, you know, we would have had to upgrade, right? If we put a split system aircon back 20 years ago, 22 years ago or something when we moved into the house, okay, great. Then what do you do? Then when you expand the house outwards like we did, we expanded out the room out the back, what do you do then? Oh, your split system's not good enough. Oops, you got to upgrade that. What happens when we expand it upwards? Oops, got to expand the system again, or we've got to install a second system. It's like, it's dumb. Dumb. Horses for courses. Yeah, you push around hot air with a fan. Yeah, well, when I was a boy, we didn't have, out in the western suburbs of Sydney, oh boy, it got cold out in the western suburbs of Sydney. And yeah, we didn't We didn't have aircon. Put a blanket on. All the Germans freaking out. Running AC and never opening windows. Yeah, we never have to open our windows. Yep. Because we've got a heat recovery and ventilation system. If you go to my second channel, I've done a video on it. The heat recovery and ventilation system. Asbestos is insulation, trust me, bro. Yeah, well, some of the new mansions here in Sydney, they're so badly designed that people have to run their air cons 24/7 just to maintain the bloody temperature. If our ventilation system fails, fine, we open a window. It's not hard. There's not much in it that can go wrong with the ventilation system. It's just a fan. It's just a fan and some filters. But yeah, we have fresh filtered air pumped in 24/7. And it's heat, and it's a heat recovery system as well. So that technically in winter, we won't lose the heat. So the heat that's already inside will actually get recycled back in. Not 100%, but you know, yeah. Anyway, it's horses for courses. That's how we've done it. Oh, dude's coming back. Got to go. Thanks everyone for joining me. Catch you next time. Hey.